So, what does it do? So, essentially, I encourage everyone when talking about zone two aerobic training to really think of this model here. Turn this guy into this guy. So, there's these three big areas that zone two aerobic training really focuses on, and that's improving your cardiorespiratory function. And what you can think of that is your ability to breathe under stressful situations. This is primarily focused on runners, but it absolutely has a place in CrossFit, in football, in basketball. And a lot of folks will argue that aerobic training does not have a place in these other sports, but it absolutely does, because recovering in between sets or in between workouts or in between plays in football and basketball, that recovery really depends on your cardiorespiratory function, how well you can take in oxygen, utilize it, and get back to normal. That all depends on your aerobic system, and you need a big aerobic base from zone 2 aerobic training to be able to do that. You can see a lot of the notes on here. I won't get into all of them, but they are incredibly important. Increased oxygen uptake, VO2 max. You strengthen your heart. You have a higher heart rate, higher stroke volume. You're able to pump more blood. You increase your capillary and mitochondrial density. What that has to do with is sorting the blood out and getting it out to the cells and getting the energy there. And then what it eventually equates to, you have a lower heart rate and lower blood pressure at a submaximal work rate. When what that means is you have built that economy in whatever those movements are, whether they're dynamic or it's endurance sports such as triathlon, cycling, or running. Again, you improve your cardiovascular function like we talked about. That's the strengthening of the heart. You get that higher stroke rate. You increase the delivery of oxygen to the muscles. That essentially equates to having more energy available. You build that campfire bigger. And this last note on here, the improved fat oxidation capability. The better we are at burning fat for fuel, the faster we'll be. That's really what it all boils down to. If we can maximize this system, we're going to be better athletes, specifically in the endurance community, but it does transcend through all sports.